Variant Criterion dungeon rewards are very disappointing. Variant is kind of okay. I'm disappointed that there's not some sort of sync for pot shards, but at least there's a cool reward for exhausting all the different pathways. Criterion though, a kind of shitty mount, an Orchestrion roll, and some adventure plate stuff. I wanted a decent reason to grind these out. I'm pretty disappointed. I'll clear them for the sake of clearing. They are the content, but the rewards here are super lacking for anyone besides a mount completionist. Yeah, the rewards also don't make sense because this dungeon uses gear. It's not level synced, and because it uses gear, people with gear have a huge advantage over people without gear. So like, let's say you're progging this. You can't even like prog this to get gear. To prog this, if you want to have better gear, then you have to do other content. That doesn't make any sense. You could make an argument if it was level synced, right? So let's say that it's level synced at 615. Even if you go in there with your 635, you don't have like any advantage because everything's level synced, right? But that's not the case though. So they really fucked up big. The content is great, but you should be able to progress your gear. You should be able to get rewards. They could make them weekly. They make it like the 24 man, where every time you kill a boss, a chest drops and you can roll on a piece of gear that week, or you cannot, you can hold out. But once you get a piece of gear, then you're done for that week. So then at least that way, there's another way to get gear. There's no good reason why that this content should not drop gear. I cannot believe how bad they dropped the ball on this. It's actually mind-blowing how painfully obvious, to me anyway, how to do the gear, but they don't do it. They will never give gear on hard content. I mean, well, what the fuck is Savage then? I mean, I get what you're trying to say. You just need to word it better. For some reason, man, they put Savage on this pedestal that not even the players do. They feel like the only way that you should get raid gear is by doing Savage. And I think that's stupid. That's a dumb mentality to have. I don't know why they have that. Yo, I didn't even think about that. It literally has Savage in the name. The absolute stubbornness to which this game clings to its incredibly stagnant gear progression model is mind-blowing. I agree. Gear itself is profoundly uninteresting, and the fact that there are only 3 real ways to acquire it does it no additional favors. What are the 3 ways? Tome, crafted, and raid gear, I would imagine. I'm fine with the rewards lacking on a completely new system. I'm not. I doubt they didn't meet and discuss all their options for rewards. As to why they went so conservative safe, I don't know. I guess they just didn't want to rock the boat too much or something. Overall, I think it's a good piece of content with room for iteration. So I agree with this. I think it's a good piece of content with ways to improve. I don't think they knew exactly what they were doing. But here's the problem with this. I'm fine with the rewards lacking on a completely new system. So this basically means that you're fine with them being incompetent. And I don't agree with that. This person needs to hold SE to a higher standard. This person leads me to believe that they're the type of person that they just will do whatever SE puts out and just like, it's fine the way it is. It's whatever. This person doesn't hold Square Enix to any type of standard. That's what I think. And I think that's wrong. I think that Square Enix is a fucking massive company and this is their most fucking popular game or whatever. I guess it's not mobile. And you're telling me you can't even put a fucking reward system in? Like, get the fuck out of here. I just feel like that we should hold them to higher standards. I want content that's fun, engaging, and completable within a reasonable length of time, along with the staying viability and relevant on some level long-term in relation to the player base as a whole. Holy shit. Okay, now this motherfucker's holding them to a high standard. Holy shit. That's something that 14 genuinely oh, oh my God. Okay, that's something that 14 genuinely excels at. Yes, you personally may exhaust the content, but between roulettes, raids, casual content, and hardcore in-game stuff, there's an enormous breadth of available content to players. Okay, this person is talking about 2 different things. In this portion up here, he's talking about quality, and in this down here, he's talking about quantity. I don't even think this person knows what the fuck they're talking about. Here we go. I don't know who this content is made for. It is too difficult, in my opinion, for casual players. It's true. And the rewards for doing it don't appeal to hardcore players the way Savage and Ultimates do. That's true. Item level also matters in Criterion, yet it does not appear to award any raid equivalent gear. This dungeon game design itself seems fine, but all the systems surrounding it don't give players much incentive to do it, especially not more than a few times. I see no reason why content that difficult can't drop raid equivalent gear. That will give players more reason to do it. It's designed for the same people who did Boja Zadnor solo duels. I disagree with this. If this was the case, then the shit would be level synced. It's hard content that exists, so you want to complete it for its own sake. I disagree with this. A majority of people, they don't play difficult content because it's difficult. They do difficult content for the reward. That's what I think. I'm not reading their argument, but I agree with this person. 100%. We had a 450 tone cap forever and it took even longer to get full bis. Why is it only a problem now? It hasn't. It's been a problem since forever. Where the fuck have you been? You a Shadowbringer, baby? The number of jobs is irrelevant. There is still same number of gear sets. Right. Because every fucking job that shares a role uses the same gear. What? This person thinks that all casters use the same gear. Although the fights themselves look really well designed and fun, I'm kind of disappointed at the reward structure overall approach they took to making the Criterion savage. The gearing and reward structure is probably my biggest issue with the game, despite loving pretty much everything else. Any other RPG I play, MMO or otherwise, I'm always much more motivated by interest and cool loot, but I just can't be asked in this game. Even though this is the game I spend the most time playing, I just can't bring myself to care about getting gear or getting bis, because what does it do for me? Let me do the same content I've already been doing, but slightly faster. Then I replaced that gear with crafted next tier. Anyway, I really, with Criterion Dungeons, had offered a different way to gear up, or as a place to use your gear, kind of like Palace of the Dead had. What? You don't use your gear in Palace of the Dead, do you? Oh, he probably meant the way you level. Like the Aether weapon shit. Oh, God. That was horrible. Honestly, this nailed the coffin for me. I don't know what I expected. I thought that somehow we would get some sort of gears out of these dungeons. Hey, me too. Like, hey, Savage dungeons, hard content, same level as Extreme and Savage raids. Surely we'll be rewarded. But no, all I get is a chair. Don't care about the chair. No reason to play. Farming Felcourt is better. And casuals won't want to touch this because, wow, I'm taking damage. This is too stressful. So I can't bring my FC in there. I understand that if they put Savage gears in there, JP players would throw a tantrum. How dare these fill... Wait, really? Is that a mentality over there in JP? Are JP fucking stupid about that shit? When they were explaining the difficulties for this content, I initially thought there could be some gear that was around 610, 615 to complete as an alternative to crafting, or be slightly better without undermining the tome gear, particularly for normal X mode. I thought the Savage system could give access to another tome upgrade item. Yeah. On top of all having its own currency to buy other vanity items, but instead we just got another half-baked, unintuitive reward system. I swear, outside of Extreme Savage Ultimates, the reward in this game are so unsatisfactory or boil down to mounts and minions in the hopes that one of them could be a big guild maker. Yeah, I think so too. I think a vast majority of content in this game has extremely shitty rewards. Personally, I think it's fine. It's basically the same rewards as DRS, except you go in with 3 buds instead of a 72-man group. Okay, that's completely... DRS was completely fucking different. DRS gave you gear. What do you mean? DRS fucking gave you gear. This is nothing like DRS. It's not comparable at all. Yeah, it's not super farmable, but you still need to clear a handful of times to get the... There aren't any rewards, bro. Not only is everything you said stupid, but there's no rewards. So I am still in disbelief on this one. I've been looking all over for a straight answer and haven't found one. So I'll ask, am I understand correctly that there are no rewards for completing Savage incremental to doing Criterion? Am I understanding correctly that there are no gear rewards at all from this activity? This seems like exactly where you should get augment tokens for tome gear, or maybe set of like 625. Yeah, no gear drops, no gear bought with currency. Wow, you get 1 chance per week at an augment token. What a missed opportunity this was to even that out. Oh well, the dungeon and fights are pretty dope. We'll still be doing them, but would have been nice for this to turn into something I do every week to progress my character. Yeah, see, that would be, see, this would be another thing, man. It would be another weekly. Let's think about this real quick. What could they do to make this better? They could add an oil and a twine to the rewards. At the end of each boss, a chest should drop, and it should drop raid gear. And this lockout could work like the 24-man, where you get 1 piece a week. So you get a piece of gear from the actual dungeon. You get a token, which you could buy a twine and an oil from. Why doesn't this work exactly like the 24-man? I don't understand. It's already in the fucking game. Even if you don't kill the second and third boss, you can farm the first boss for something. I mean, it's not that hard to kill the first boss. I just don't see why that's not in the game. That's how they need to fix the gear, in my opinion. All right, rant over. Why do you say this stuff instead of telling Yoshi P during the media? Oh, wait. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.